Man, who was I? Oh man, I don't know. Outside looking in, people may say differently, but from my perspective, I think I was a misunderstood one, but I was a very courageous one. I was funny. Um, I always just did the things that you didn't supposed to do because it was not with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, being the president of a beta club or, you know what I'm saying, to still be from the block, you know what I mean? And still have my swagger because I always was a nice dresser. I used to always have that going. So, I was very misunderstood at times because I didn't understand what I was going through, which, something that I recently found out, which was ADHD. You know what I'm saying? Not understanding that. But because I would be extreme one moment where I'd be like, dang, he's so loving. He don't even like you to curse around him, right? But at the same time, he's part of this, this gang, as he always want to claim it, right? And go through these different battles. So many fights I've been in, man, it's crazy. But it was all out of the basis of being a man. So I was just really a misunderstood trying to learn because I had men, but my uncle, they were in the military, but they weren't, they were off though. They were active duty, so it wasn't always there. So, when they did come, they'll do what they did in the military, try to give us some type of structure, right? Try to give us discipline. And I see it now, but, at that time, man, I was just explorative, man. I jumped out there, man. I got in trouble, but yet I was at the top of the class and education wise, and I was elected in all the positions, but yet I was literally getting in all kind of trouble. So it was like really a
Yeah.
crazy situation, man.
So you're kind of a loving kid, but you got a little split personality kind
And
of.
something, man, I was spicy whenever you said something that was disrespectful, man. I'm so firm on my foundation because that's how my mother was, right? She was like, no victimize, right? You can't be no victim. You know what I'm saying? You better stand on it, right? So I used to stand on everything so hard without knowing that sometimes you stand differently, right? So that was my
A little
problem.
bit of stubbornness and
Man, super man. Listen, sometimes could have saved so much, but me, I'm so spicy though, man. So yeah.
so who's in your household growing up?
In the first stages, man, the first beginning, we were deep, man. It was my grandmother, great grandmother. It was my great grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, me, my brother, my sister, my aunt, and her three daughters. And then my uncle used to have his, kids come over, which were my three cousins used to come over, and then used to, all my other cousins. So in the summertime, so we used to be deep in the 3 bedroom trailer. It was about 11 of us, on a regular.
Are
So
is your dad around or?
ooh, that's a good question. Pops, don't even come. He's a figure of who he is in my life, of his existence, right? Of his role, of who he's supposed to be. So, you know, now my stepfather, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely there. He's definitely taking on the role of, a father for me. No offense to the relationships, but this is just the reality, you know what I mean?
No, I understand.
I try to mend it though. Funny thing about it though, man, I'm one of those type of people, man. Like I love so hard that I have to convict myself. I have to figure out the thing that make me feel weird to do it and see how it makes me feel and what the relationship does. So I took a chance on saying, all right, I'll try to build something with my father. And, it didn't turn out. So, you know what I mean? So I said, okay, from now on out, moving forward, if anything transpired, it'll be through, him reaching out because he keep in touch with my sister, right? Who's, not even his. But so for me, it's like, all right, man, it is what it is at this point in life. I'm here. My stepfather has been my father either or. So I don't blame whatever relationship he choose to do, whatever he select. For me, I forgive him. I realize we are humans, and the reality is we all just make our decisions. Now, I'm definitely me being a father. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, you choosing these things, right?
That changes your aspect,
Yeah.
parent, right?
Oof.
I mean, if you're someone who cares, there are some people who are parents who they don't care.
Yeah, right. It's like,
If you really care, I can remember having my first kid, and it was like walking out the hospital being a different person.
Yeah.
You know, driving home, I'm like, "Why are you speeding?
Yeah, it's true.
Get around me.
I got responsibility. Yeah.
You got your seatbelt on."
I got a life that's fragile right here. Do not. Yeah.
That changes your whole aspect on life. But also, you know, like I was saying a minute ago, I was also raised by a stepfather, so it doesn't take, you know, blood to.
Fat.
It's the guy who steps in there and teaches you how to walk and teaches you how to be a man.